Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Monday Mindset with healthy, real food. My name is Erin Hart. I'm a registered nurse health coach, and I empower women who are wanting to get off of the dieting roller coaster and lose weight for the last time with a sugar and flour free lifestyle through my one-to-one and group coaching program so that you can be able to have more peace with your body and with your food, freedom from cravings, and have the confidence to chase your dreams. So today, what we're doing in Monday Mindset is what I really want to talk to you about. I'm so excited because this last weekend, I just had the most incredible experience, and I want to share with you some of the things I learned. I hosted my first retreat, and I was so excited. So I hosted a retreat for my business, my women's business mastermind, and there were 6 of us that came, and we just really had the most amazing time. So I just am like kind of riding on a high since that because really, there's so much power in connection. I love that quote in Atomic Habits that says, one of the best ways to become better is to join a culture where your desired behavior is the normal behavior. Surround yourself with people who have the habits that you want to have yourself, and you'll rise together. So this retreat was just really transformational for me, and it got me excited for the retreat that we're going to have in the summer for my clients, as a gift to my clients who are in my one-to-one coaching program. I have a bonus of a 5-day all-inclusive retreat in Park City, Utah. So it's just going to be incredible. I cannot wait. But what I want to talk to you about is what I learned from this retreat. I've gone on a few different retreats, and every time I just feel so motivated and inspired and excited. So the theme of this retreat was, for business owners, and we were just working on our businesses and how to be able to reach and help more people. But the takeaways that I got, I just feel are so applicable to you. And what I want to share with you today is a lesson that I learned from John Syatt. So John Syatt, he's part owner of Century 21 Everest, and anyway, he has a rags to riches story that is just so incredibly inspiring. And I found, in my life, to be able to achieve extraordinary success, I need to learn from people who have achieved extraordinary success. And John is definitely one of those people who has become a 100-millionaire, and not just financially, has succeeded, but also just in personal development. And so one of the things that I learned from him is that the goal is not just to have success. So if your goal in my program is, to be able to achieve extraordinary success with your health goals, like absolutely perfect. You are in the right place. We will help you to do that. But the goal is not just to have success with losing weight, right? The goal is also to feel good. Ultimately, that's why we want to lose weight, right? We want to improve our lives. We want to have more peace and confidence and freedom and hope and joy in our lives, right? And through a healthy lifestyle, we're able to better achieve that. So it was really kind of an insight for me when he talked about this goal of feeling good. And I am the type of person, I am go, go, go all the time. I have big dreams and goals, and I just am a high achiever. I like to just always be pushing and learning and trying to improve myself. But sometimes that comes at a cost. It's like, I'm like living in fear and anxiety a lot. And so when he talked about the goal not just being success, but to be able to feel good. It really spoke to me. And, of course, there are things that make us feel good in the moment, and there are things that really make us feel good inside, right? That we know that give us peace, that give us hope, that give us confidence and courage, and help us to be content and happy, right? Like true happiness, not just like the fleeting pleasure. So how can we feel more of that? So he taught that there's really two primary emotions in our lives. So can you guess what they are, first of all? Think for a minute, like all of the emotions, they really can be narrowed down to two areas. What do you think they are? So it's fear and love. Can you see that? How every emotion really can be narrowed down into those primary emotions. We're either living in fear or we're living in love. So if you are like me and you find yourself living in fear a lot, maybe it's fear of missing out. Maybe it's anxiety that you're not losing weight fast enough. Maybe it is, just questioning whether this is sustainable and just being fearful about that, or lacking the confidence that you can achieve this dream that you have for yourself of living in a healthy body. So if you're finding yourself in fear or anxiety, how can we move to love? Tony Robbins, one of the quotes I really love from him is he said that our emotions are the quality of our life. So the quality of our lives is our emotions. You can have all the money in the world, be in the perfect body, have a perfect family, and still be totally miserable, right? You can. We've seen people who have taken their own lives who are in those positions, right? And from the outside, it just seems like they have everything and that they are just these incredible people, but inside they just have this turmoil and they're miserable. So it's not really about what we have or even what we do. It's really about how we feel. And that is what quality of life, true quality of life is just being able to feel peace and love and joy and happiness each day. Our lives are so short and we just don't have time to waste in fear and anxiety and anger and sadness and depression, right? We don't want to live that way. And I know for a lot of us, that's where we start. I know for me, that's where I started. When I was 284 pounds, I was depressed. I had a hard time getting out of bed. It hurt to get out of bed. I couldn't put on my own socks. I had a hard time walking up one flight of stairs, right? And I just felt such a lack of confidence and wanted to hide all the time. And I definitely have felt that. And it actually really maybe was the catalyst I needed to be able to make the changes I have in my life, to lose 125 pounds and keep it off and to find a more peaceful and happy life. So there definitely is, fear does serve a purpose, and it can help us with our transformation, right? To just, because no one wants to stay in fear. No one wants to stay in fear. And so people are either moving away from fear or they're wanting to move toward pleasure. So what is it that motivates you, right? But day to day, we don't want to be living in fight or flight all the time, right? Like we don't want to have that fear and anxiety all of the time. So how do we move to love? And why is this important in our healthy lifestyle transformation, right? So what John Syatt taught is he taught that we need to do a temperature check. And I asked him this question, how do you get out of fight or flight? How do you get out of fear? And what he said is that he does And it takes practice, right? This is a practice. Like playing the piano, like riding a bike, this is something we can learn and practice and become better at. But we have to do a temperature check and just ask yourself in the moment, okay, well, how do I feel right now? How do I feel right now? What sensations do you have in your body, and what is the name of that emotion? Just like taking a moment, if you're finding yourself like maybe feeling deprived, feeling anxiety or fear or wanting to give up, feeling discouraged, okay, perfect. Let's take this opportunity to do this little temperature check. So, close your eyes, do 3 deep breaths, and ask yourself, how do I feel right now? And then the second question is why? Why am I feeling this way? Okay, this is so simple, but I really believe that this can transform our programs. It can transform our lives if we can practice this. Because what really successful people do is they learn what is working and what's not working. What makes you feel good, what makes you feel peace and happy and confidence, and what's making you feel depressed and anxious and discouraged and defeated, right? So let's do more of the things that make us feel good, that make us feel like our best selves. And let's do less of those things that are making us feel discouraged and defeated. And a lot of it just comes down to what we're thinking. It's actually not the circumstances of our lives that determine our feelings. It's our thoughts about the circumstances of our lives. We can have any circumstance, good or bad, and we can still make a choice about what we think about it. And that is going to determine how we feel in our bodies and how we act, and ultimately the results that we get in our lives. So how do you feel right now and why? Make a list of things, as you go throughout your day. If you're feeling really happy and peaceful and joyful, okay, perfect. What is causing you to feel that way? Can you write it down? Like maybe you woke up on time and you prayed, or you meditated, or you did your exercise, or you had a healthy breakfast, or you connected with someone. What is it that's making you feel good? Let's do more of those things. Or if you find yourself in a bad spot during the day and you're just feeling like that fight or flight, or you're feeling or sad or discouraged, okay, perfect. So what is causing you to feel that way? Have you been connecting with people? Are you do you have a gratitude practice? Are you meditating? Maybe you're not doing those things. Maybe you're binging, or maybe you're getting into sugar and flour, which are just shown to have depressive effects on the brain, right? So just that quick temperature check. How do I feel right now and why? And make a list of the things that help you to feel good and the things that are causing you to not feel good, right? So simple. This is what successful people do. They do more of what makes them feel good. They do more of what works, and they do less of what works. And we can also do this as we learn from other people and develop our own winning strategy with weight loss. Let's learn from people who have been successful and do what they did. And then take a look at people who are not successful in the lifestyle you want, who may have regained all of the weight, or who have lost the weight and regained it, or who have struggled and are just not making progress with their journey. Okay, we can learn from other people too. Like, what are they doing? And let's not do that. Let's not do what doesn't work, and let's do what works. So, as we do this temperature check, we really just need to start asking ourselves the right questions. So once we know how we feel and why, then John Syatt said that, we need to start asking ourselves the right questions. What are the right questions that can help you to move from fear and depression and discouragement to love and courage and confidence and peace? So how do we move over? And so it's all about asking yourself the right questions. First off, like, what do I need today? Just like have a quiet moment as you're asking yourself these questions, do some deep breathing and just focus inwardly. What is it that I need today? What is possible for me is another question, right? What am I grateful for? Gratitude is so powerful in helping us to transform our emotions and go from fear and depression and anxiety to love and courage and hope and peace. And then also, who can I serve? So what are the things that we can do to be able to feel better, to feel good today? In my faith, feelings are how I have come to know to communicate with God, or how He communicates with me, right? I pray to Him, and then through my feelings, I can really feel like the Spirit helped to guide me throughout my life, and I know if something is good, if I'm feeling good, and that comes from God. But so how can we feel better? Like, what are the steps that we can take to improve our feelings? And what is the role in healthy, real food? And why is this important in our lifestyle transformation, right? Well, one of the things that we know can improve our mood and our feelings is just healthy, real food. Is, staying away from foods that are depressants and that destroy our body, that damage our organs, right? Let's stay away from those things that are harmful for us and eat more healthy, real food. So simple. Some other things that really can help us to move into that place of love and peace is meditation. Meditation is a powerful practice, and it can help us to get out of that fight or flight response and into the rest and digest and restorative place that we need so that we can grow and self-actualize. Meditation is powerful, and it can be as simple as doing 3 deep breaths, or doing a little body scan, or laying on the ground, putting your feet up on the wall, and just like having a moment of peace and quiet and breathing and so whatever that looks like for you. But prayer is something that can help us to get out of the fight or flight and into the rest and digest mode. So connection is so powerful. If you're feeling discouraged and defeated, and there's no better way than to just find support through empathetic connection. And this is absolutely what I experienced this weekend. I was having some discouraging thoughts and feelings about my life and stuff. But when I went to this retreat and I surrounded myself with people who loved and supported and encouraged me, man, that just gets you right out of that fear. And so connection, who can you connect with every day? And how can you make that a habit and a practice in your life? And then growth. One of the best ways to be happy in our lives is to make goals and to be striving toward those goals, and to be focusing on progress. We're meant to progress, and that's the whole reason we're here on this earth, is to become the best version of ourselves. So growth, like finding ways to grow, reading books that are inspiring, making goals, dreaming big, having that perspective in your life. Service is a way to move from fear to love. There's a analogy, I wish I brought the spoon, but if you look at a silver spoon, or a metal spoon, and you have the concave side of it pointed toward you, where all of the points are kind of pointed inwardly toward you, your reflection is flipped upside down. But if you turn the spoon around and all of the points on the spoon are pointed outwardly, your reflection is right side up. And I love that object lesson because, that's how it feels when we are focused on ourselves and our own problems and living in fear and anxiety and just always worrying and stressing and about our problems. Our lives feel upside down and we just don't have good emotions, right? We just feel depressed and anxious and discouraged. But if you can turn that around and you can have more of an outward focus and stop focusing so much on your insecurities and your problems even, and start focusing on asking the question, who can I serve today? How can I be of service to someone? Who can I encourage with kind words? This is a great time to go into the VIP Facebook group or into, the Healthy Real Food Facebook group and find someone who's struggling and just reach out and just encourage them and lift them up. And that also moves you into that primary emotion of love and joy. And then the other way to move from fear into love is gratitude. So gratitude is such a powerful practice, and we talked about this before. It's kind of part of that spoon analogy, but what are you grateful for? That all of these things are so willpower replenishing. And when we're in fear and fight or flight, we are very willpower depleted. We are not going to make healthy choices with our food. But when we can switch to joy and love and gratitude and service and growth, connection, meditation, and we're eating healthy food, we're going to have much more willpower that will help to align us with our goals and ultimately lead us toward that vision of what we want our lives to be and who we want to be. So I hope that this is a helpful thought for you this week as you're going throughout your week. Just having that focus of feeling good, make that a new goal in your life. Not just to succeed and to excel and to achieve and to do more, but let's feel better each day. And we never know when our last day is. When I was a nurse in the trauma floor, at the regional hospital near me, I saw all the time someone left for work that day and it was their last day. It was their last day. If this is your last day, do you really want to be living in fear and anxiety? Let's just try to live each day in love, in growth, connection, peace, hope, and faith. The scriptures, I think, reference the term fear not over 350 times. Fear not. It is a commandment from God to fear not and to have faith. And you can't have both at the same time. So I know that you can do this. If you're wondering about your ability to do this and having fear about making this lifestyle sustainable, just take one step at a time and trust, just focus on one habit at a time and have God partner with you and ask Him for strength and help and reach out to your higher power and find that inner strength. And anyway, I hope you guys have a great week. I believe in you and it's so worth it. So keep going towards your goals. You can create the life that you want for yourself. And I believe in you. We'll talk to you later. Bye.